We're working. We're in the lab, and we're gonna make sure this happens as soon as possible.
Welcome to an episode of the Sports Genes Into the Lab podcast, where sports analysts and experts dissect the latest news from the NBA and NFL, giving you a unique view on some of the hottest topics around your favorite teams. From the fresh field smells of the NFL to the hardwood courts of the NBA, and possibly your comfy couch for your fantasy football team. Let's see what kind of news the lab is working with today. Here's your host from the Sports Analytics headquarters in San Antonio, Texas, Ernest Silva.
All right. We are back. ITL Pick Em is back. That's right. Primetime Pick Em, Fire Round Pick Em. This is the episode to watch. We understand Twitter X is having some contract disputes with StreamYard, so you may not be able to catch us on Twitter, but then you're probably looking at us on Facebook, so we appreciate all y'all. Welcome to tonight. I'm your host, Ernest Doc E. Silva, and of course, I am joined in studio with...
What's up, y'all?
That's right, Londo is here. Londo, as you can see his shoulder right here and his arm. Londo, glad you like the camera time. Londo Mendoza in studio. Welcome to the shit show, basically, is what we're doing here. We're sorry for the delays again. One day we'll get this all right and we'll start right on time. But appreciate y'all waiting for us. And for those listening, we'll get started for real. We are joined today by three wonderful individuals, three sports scientists that are here. Of course, the champ making his return. So we are going to talk about him first from the Boomtown Pod. That's right, Andrew Con Sutton. What's up, brother?
What's going on, y'all? You guys are having a great evening. I kind of cut out there for a split second. I don't know if I'm lagging or not, but the champ's here. Let's go.
All right, the Chipmunk champ came in clutch there with the glitch right in the beginning of the show. That was Andrew Con Sutton. We got you at the end, Andrew. You just caught you up like you were on fast forward, but we got you. The man, the myth, the legend, the co-host of ITL for season 5, Kenny Cotterill. What's going on, man?
I think what's important to note about Pick'em is much like Tom Brady, I don't win it every year. And I don't know if Andrew's the Trent Dilfer, is he the Nick Foles, but I'm still Tom Brady at the end of the day, and I'm coming for my third ITL title, so happy to be here.
Kenny, we missed you last week. Where were you?
I have a life outside of podcasting. I know that's hard to believe, but sometimes it just doesn't matter. So, it happens.
You have a life, Kenny? Wow.
I know, surprising, especially all the podcast episodes that I put out. You would think that I didn't.
Yeah, I don't believe it. We'll find out off camera where you really were. He's been with us now for about, 3 weeks now, but Chris Borak is back. What's up, Chris? You're becoming a regular.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I heard we were doing Pick'em, so I had to join the party. And I got tired of watching Jose Altuve hit home runs tonight, so I had to hop on.
My guy.
3 at bats, 3 home runs. That's spectacular. What, 5 in the last 6, right?
Yep, 5 in the last 6 at bats.
That's nuts. I invited your
Rest
co-patron
in
over there.
peace, Texas.
Yeah, bye, Texas. There goes your hopes and dreams. I invited Reg to join us tonight. He unfortunately declined, said he had to go coach tennis. But he'll be on soon. The old guy is going to be doing their debate show here on ITL very soon, very soon. A lot of hot topics. As soon as the NBA comes around, that's really Reg's passion.
Reg does everything, doesn't he?
He does.
That's awesome.
Yeah. He also does fantasy football. I didn't say he does it well, but he does fantasy football. All right, so tonight's episode is all about the Primetime Pick. And before we do that, though, don't forget we are powered by Blue Collar Media Group, BCMG. We appreciate all the support we get from BCMG. That makes it possible for us to record tonight. So shout out to Steve, the General Reisner, who's not on tonight, but did send in his pick. So I'll be relaying that to everybody for those that follow the General. And we're going to start off with news around the league. We're going to go round number 1 here on ITL. News from around the NFL. And we're going to start off with probably the topic everybody has been talking about, and that's Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce, hyperextended knee in today's practice was finally revealed. I'll start with you, Kenny. You heard the news about Travis Kelce. What sticks out for you most with this injury?
I mean, I don't think that the Chiefs are going to rush him back. I think they'd be really stupid to play him on Thursday night. At the end of the day, if you're Kansas City, are you really worried about not having him in the lineup on Thursday? Even if it results in a loss, which I still don't think that it's going to, then what are you risking it? You've got Super Bowl aspirations every single year. He's one of the greatest, if not the greatest tight end of all time. Don't rush him back. If he ends up missing a number of weeks because of it, I feel bad for all of you that's drafted very early in fantasy because you probably feel pretty screwed losing your first rounder for a couple weeks. But at the end of the day, I think he's going to be all right. If he misses a little bit of time, it's not the end of the world for Kansas City.
Yeah, I completely agree with you on that point. Borak, for you as a Travis Kelce owner in fantasy, do you go waiver wire pickup? I mean, are you going free agency at this point? I mean, what do you tell people in fantasy to do? Since I know you're part of that group.
Yeah, I took him 10th in a 12-team league on Sunday. It's too bad he had to practice this week. Everything I'm hearing now is there's no ligament damage, and it's just they've got to wait for the swelling to go down. I expect Travis Kelce to push it and try to play, but I agree Kansas City is going to keep him out. There's no reason to push him, especially with them playing on Thursday. They don't have to play till Sunday. That gives them almost a week and a half to get healthy and be ready for week 2. So as an owner, I'm just trying to find a week 1 fill in. I'm not panicking. I'm trying to destroy my team or trade away anybody to get another tight end to replace him.
Go grab those Jake Fergusons. You know he's sitting there. Yeah. Not in our league, but in other leagues they are for sure.
He's not sitting there. No.
I don't know who. I think Gil might have taken him like in the 9th round, something crazy. He was gone early. All right, champ. Travis Kelce goes down. Does this hurt? I know we're going to cover that game, but does this hurt Kansas City a lot in your opinion, or just a little bit for Thursday's game?
They're fine. They're a well-oiled machine. Andy Reid has his team buzzing already. I mean, they're going to be okay. Every time that Kelce's gone down, is it Blake Bell that's their tight end replacement on that team?
It's Noah Gray.
Noah Gray, sorry. Yeah, and they're going to be fine. I mean, I'm a Kadarius Toney owner in a lot of leagues, so week 1 is a must-start for Kadarius Toney owners because he is going to get a large chunk of target shares, especially now that he's been activated for week 1. So.
Yeah, and Kadarius Toney was listed as questionable, but now has been lifted up to limited, and he is going to be playing week 1. So, Kabuki 1914, which is Derek. Mark Andrews is the best tight end. Okay,
sure. Can we just stop?
Wow,
love that.
And with that, our show is over. You guys have a great day.
He's the best. He's the best when it comes to actually blocking as a tight end as well, because Kelce doesn't block. He's just a receiver that they call a tight end. But you're still drafting Kelce above Andrews in every league, and he's still the best one in the league, despite the fact he doesn't block. So let's calm down a little bit.
Yeah, that is true. And let's be honest. Mark Andrews is hurt also, and there's no guarantee he plays week 1. So we're also.
Shut up.
Let's move on to other news, which is what some of us Cooper Kupp owners are worried about. Cooper Kupp still in Minnesota through today, still working with specialists on that hamstring injury. I'll start with this take since I didn't really give a Kelce take, but yeah, you're worried, right? Go pick up those Van Jeffersons. Go. Nobody else. Go switch to your other wide receivers you should have drafted as a just in case when you drafted Cooper Kupp. And then live with week 1, probably week 2 being out, and have your Cooper Kupp the rest of the season and drink from it. So that's what I have to say about that. Anybody want to add to the Cooper Kupp news? I feel we talk about him every year to start off because he's always got some sort of injury.
Ernest, do you want a fun future bet? Because
yeah, bro,
absolutely
betting guy on this show.
Yeah, let's do it.
The LA Rams have the worst record in the NFL this year at plus 950.
Oh, worse than Arizona?
Yeah. Now, I actually like Josh Dobbs a lot more than Colt McCoy. And I don't have faith that Stafford's playing the whole year. Now, keeping in mind, Arizona is a very heavy favorite at plus 210 to be the worst team. I still think that they're going to be a 4 or 5 win team. But let's say Stafford goes down. And they may not win games with Stafford. They have to open up with Seattle on the road. I don't see them going in with a completely depleted roster. if Cooper Kupp goes, he's not 100%, then you're probably picking up a loss right out of the gate. You have to play San Fran twice. I just don't like this situation for the Rams. Outside of Aaron Donald on defense, they're an absolute wasteland. If Kupp misses any time, which, by the way, it's a hamstring issue, like wide receivers and hamstrings is not something that just gets better. So if he doesn't go for, let's say, the majority of the season, you really think that Tutu Atwell and Van Jefferson is enough to win football games in the league? I really don't. So if you're looking for a long shot, I'm not saying go and put your mortgage on it at plus 950. But we're also talking about the fact that the Bears last year were a plus 1,000 to be the worst team in the NFL, and they ended up getting there. So you want an outside shot. I do think that the Rams have it. I like Dobbs a lot more than other people. I actually think Arizona has an opportunity to open up with a win as well because they're playing Washington in their opener. So don't rule that out entirely as a win for Arizona right out of the gate.
Yeah, I like the bet.
Dobbs.
Yeah, I mean, can only do is waste a few $100 there, or for those that like to bet your mortgage, a couple thousand.
Stafford at 35. We think that he's going to play a full season. That O-line stinks too, by the way. He's going to take a lot of shots.
Yikes. So Rams on red alert. Champ, anything? All right, that's your Cooper Kupp news. We're going to move on. Go ahead, Champ.
No, I was just saying I really like Kenny's take. I agree with him on almost every aspect. I think Josh Dobbs going back to having an offensive coordinator that he's very familiar with, that he had in Cleveland, I think makes him a little bit better than having Colt McCoy, who I don't know, wrote it out for so many years, but it finally gone. He was trash. So I think Arizona will be worse than LA, but the Rams are going to have a tough go this year.
Yeah, absolutely got
just to chime in real quick. I don't think Dobbs is going to stay the starter if he's even if he's named the starter this week.
No.
I think they're really going to try to throw Clayton Tune in there, go Cougs, and he's going to be a disaster.
We'll have a tune playing every time we say Clayton Tune on this show, but that'll be fun to watch.
We're also talking about like a 3-win and a 4-win team in this division. Like they are both really terrible rosters. The only reason why you would maybe give the edge to the Rams is because they have McVay.
That's a big edge.
Yep.
I mean, they didn't win a lot of games last year when Stafford went down, and that was with Jalen Ramsey in the lineup as well. So I just think that that's a secondary that's going to get picked apart a lot.
I just feel disgusting over arguing over two really, really bad teams.
We haven't even mentioned some of the other bad teams.
Sometimes we got to go to the dark side of betting. You got to find those worst teams in the league. Hey,
true. They're both disasters.
Last year plus 1,000. It felt great for the bank account at the end of the year.
I mean, we haven't even talked about the Indies and Tampa Bays of the world either yet.
Oh, come on. Baker's a stud.
Compared to these teams, yeah.
Also, Tampa's roster isn't terrible outside of Baker.
Well, don't count Evans on it. Welcome to Houston. All right, our speed takes. Let's talk a little bit about it. Everybody's talking primetime. Why not us? This was a candidate for Let's Talk It to Death and the introduction to our skeleton here in studio, but we're going to save that for another week. Let's just go around the room real quick. Take Colorado for real or not for real, Kenny?
Depends what you consider real. For me, real is above 500 because you took a one-win program to above 500. So I would say
bowl eligible. Bowl eligible.
I think they're a bowl eligible team.
Cool. So we'll count that as real. Borak.
Bowl eligible real, yeah, they are.
Londo.
Yeah, definitely. After watching those highlights, it was a crazy game. So eligible.
Andrew.
Real.
Got it.
Yep.
I think they're for real as well. Did you guys watch the interview? I mean, there's been so many. The interviews where Deion's talking about how they chose TCU because his son was not looked at by their coach and he felt slighted by it, and he played extra because he wanted to show TCU a lesson. You guys buying any of that bullshit?
No.
Or is that
I
just
wish
the
Deion would stop talking like His team played their ass off. Travis Hunter was unbelievable. This guy playing 100 and whatever snaps. The level he was playing DB at and then receiver was just incredible. And then his son played well. But Dion is just talking way too much. But it is Dion. He's not going to stop talking, so it's just getting old.
I think I'd actually go to the complete opposite on it, only because so many people passed on Dion, and there was a lot of teams that interviewed him and passed on him because they didn't want the rah Dion that we can expect. I love that he is the biggest hype man for all of his players, especially Travis Hunter, when he goes on shows and says this guy's going to be the number one pick in the draft on both sides of the ball. You know what? Is it a little bit over the top? Sure. But I actually kind of prefer that than some of these very bland coaches that get up there and just say yeah, he played all right. He played pretty good. He played outstanding, and then he absolutely hyped him up. So I'm all for it. We'll see if they can follow it up with Nebraska this week.
Love it. Love it. I'm all about it. I'll give Champ the last 20 second. Any 20-second take there.
Well, we lost 10 seconds of it.
All right. Well, we'll finish off with this. All right. Shotgun on the speed round here. Texas, Bama. Who you have this weekend? I know it's early. I know you guys are some Bama fans in the room, but let's hear it. Borak, I'll let you start off because I'm not going to like it.
You struggle with Rice and you can't even cover. Roll Tide. Sorry, Ernest.
That's all right. That's all right. Roll Tide to win it and cover is what Borak is saying there. Londo, who do you have, Texas or Bama?
Texas.
Of course. There's the Texas take. There's the strong college analysis. Kenny.
Wait, you don't want to go to Champ first?
No, I'm going to end.
He's on delay.
Roll Tide. He's on a little bit of a delay. I like Bama, but I think Texas covers. And I actually think that it's a little bit more low scoring than we're going to expect. I think it's going to be like a 28-24 game, so it goes under because it's at 54.5 right now.
I hope so. I hope so. Champ went to go reconnect, I think. So I'll give my analysis. I'm going to take Texas just because if I don't, I'm not a true fan. I'm not betting on this game. So I just there's just no point. That money's lost if I try to make a bet. But I'm gonna say Texas wins this in a shocker. And Kenny took my tick. I think it's the only way they do win is if it's low scoring. If it's gonna be a carry the ball, hold the timeout, back and forth type of game. So I'm taking Texas to win this game. I had it 27-21. Maybe that's too big of a spread, but if they keep it low scoring and Texas is able to control the clock, then taking that.
I also try not to panic too much when teams don't cover opening week. I do think that there's a couple out there that you should be concerned about, but I don't know if Texas is one of them. I do think that they're still a really good football team. They
were very dominant in the third quarter. They started playing their backup quarterbacks at the end of the third quarter into the fourth quarter. I mean, it's not like they didn't, they took their foot off the gas, but I'm not going to make an excuse. It was 13-3 at halftime, right? It was a very low scoring game.
Yeah, it wasn't.
And they were getting physically dominated in the trenches, and Rice just doesn't have the talent to keep up with them scoring wise. I'm telling you, Bama's going to control the clock. This is going to be total physicality, and Texas is going to be just dominated on both sides of the ball.
Zach Klabuta chiming in from Facebook. Texas will win outright. We'll keep the Texas takes coming. Bama quarterback is unproven.
Plus 225 if you like Texas money line this week.
Might just add that to our NFL parlay just for fun. Sprinkle in magic. 31-21 Texas. He's going to keep coming. Texas played very vanilla the whole game. I agree. Texas did not play a very good first half whatsoever.
Trick plays on stage.
All right. Hey, a puncher's chance? I'll take the puncher's chance. I'm just not giving them a big spread. I don't think Texas at all will dominate this game or make a statement. That's if they did or if they do. Hey, punch. Maybe it was a trap game. They didn't even care about Rice, and all they've been focused on is Bama. That's the optimistic take, right? That's got to be the optimistic take.
I don't even think it's optimistic. I think it's just looking ahead to what is one of the biggest games on your schedule, right? Like, that's why you talk about letdown spots. You talk about getting up for games. I think this is a get-up game for sure for Texas.
Derek says Frank is smoking. I want to hit of that though. I like the Texas feel though. Keep it coming. Bang the drum, right? Bang the drum. And Frank says, just watch. Texas has a better defense. Frank, I'm with you. I'm hoping.
We'll see.
I'm a fan. Andrew, who do you have in this game?
Yeah, before my decided to crash there, I like Bama. Roll Tide. Texas isn't strong enough yet. They're good. They're just not there yet.
Ewers looked fantastic last year. He looked very rusty, right, coming into this game.
Yeah.
And not that his backup played any better, but I really wish we would have seen Archie Manning in the fourth quarter, at least a couple of drives or a drive, just to see what he looks like.
That's why you got him.
I'm intrigued, but we didn't. So
he's more likely to make an appearance on the Manning cast this year than he is on the field for Texas.
Yeah. And Frank is right. There's experience on that team. 19 of 24 starters back. I'm with you. Frank. We'll have to see what happens. That is it for our news around the league. We are going to check out what the BCMG stream team is up to, who's on that team, and then we're going right to why you're here. Our primetime pick 'em, our spreads and analysis. We'll talk about what ITL pick 'em is if you're a first-time listener or first-time watcher, and then we'll go right into our first games. Stick around right after this short commercial break.
Jill going down the hill, gonna go fetch Jack in his little pill. Jack feeling down and that's pretty bad. Let's go.
Oh, yo, clip that headshot.
No!
A pistol. What the Okay, that didn't count.
Woo, let's go, baby, clutch it up. Yeah, I like it.
What? No way. Did that precision just kill me?
Let's go! Nice, Papa with the clutch kill at the end. Let's go.
Oh, I missed. That was bad.
Got him.
Nice.
Man, I'm going to go steal their shit.
That is definitely green.
You're dumb and it's orange.
We're both wrong, red.
I could get that solo if I tried it a couple times, but we'll come back to it.
I'm fucking dick right now. Holy shit. Like, I fucking suck right now.
Yeah, I can tell.
All right. We are back. The BCMG stream team. Catch them on twitch.tv or on Facebook Gaming. I just watched Mama Bear do her fantasy football draft. She did really well. Very proud. And of course, Coach Peanut does all of his drafts and does his analysis around this same time. All right. We got through the college football. We got through the NFL takes. ITL's primetime pick'em is upon us. One of our favorite segments, one of the known staples of this show, ITL picks. So let's talk about it. Andrew won last year by 2 games. He beat me by 2 games. I still have not won ITL pick'em on my own show. One day I will. But let's talk about how this works. So we are going to go through 5 games. Basically, primetime pick'em are those primetime games. Those primetime games are given to us by networks and TV broadcasts. And so we do Thursday night football, Sunday night football, etc. And we're going to talk about the games, injuries, etc., and what the spreads are. And then each of us are going to make our picks. We go throughout the whole year giving you bets and picks to bet on. And then hopefully you win some money. You flash those tickets and let us know how much you won. And that is the game. And every year we have a winner. We had Miles Bloomquist win. We had Kenny Cotterill win a couple of years in a row. And now Andrew's got his victory. So we're entering season 5. That is the game. And we start off with Thursday night football. Kansas City Chiefs host the Detroit Lions in a game where the Chiefs are 5.5-point favorites without Travis Kelce right now. And Kenny can tell me if that line's come down in recent time because I took that around 3 p.m. today. All right, we're gonna start with Champ the whole way through today. Start us off with this one. What you got, Andrew?
Kansas City wins, doesn't cover. Detroit has been a scrappy football team. They're a good football team. They've gotten even better. St. Brown's going to make noise this year. Jared Goff looked like a true legitimate number one quarterback last year. Do not take this team lightly. Dan Campbell is a hell of a coach, but Kansas City wins this game because it's just too much offense, and that defense is still so questionable in Detroit. I like it. Kansas City money line, or Kansas City, but don't cover.
All right, taking Kansas City money line is Andrew. Borak, who do you have in this game?
I have the Chiefs winning, but the Lions covering as well. Kelce made me nervous, but what really makes me nervous is the Kansas City defense. Chris Jones still being out and still on his holdout. I do think the Lions will be able to score and keep up. I just feel like it's one of those games where Mahomes is going to have some late game magic and they're going to win by a field goal.
Rondo, who you have?
Yeah, I'm taking KC money line.
The voice of ITL on the side here, taking KC money line. We got 3 KC money lines and a BCMG guarantee warning coming up. Kenny, what you have on this?
Detroit Lions money line opening night. No Chris Jones for Kansas City. I don't think that we see Travis Kelce play in this game. I really think that Kansas City is going to struggle on the defensive side. I think Kansas City might struggle a little bit early on because in third downs, where's Mahomes going all the time? It's going to Kelce. He's been healthy for the last number of years. I just think that it's a spot where there's going to be a lot of people who bet Lions plus 5.5, which if you do like the Lions to cover, get it now because the line was 6.5. It's going to move to 4.5 or 3.5 when Kelce's finally ruled out. So you want to get it right now if you like it. I just think money line right now is the best play. Obviously, they cover if they win on the money line. So give me Detroit in the opener.
Yeah, you got Casey money line for me as well. That's my take on it. I'm taking Kansas City to win this game. You don't bet against Mahomes at Arrowhead season opener. I mean NFL opener. I'm not going to take that. I will say this is the best game to play Kansas City wide receivers in any daily fantasy. Like this is the game, right? Like no Kelce. Where is that ball going to get thrown to? And it could be any one of those Kansas City wide receivers. So might be some good daily plays there. Chris Jones, still a question mark. What's happening with that? And then Kadarius Toney is on the injury report, but he's absolutely playing week 1. So taking Kansas City money line as well. And no weather issues for this game. So I think that's the big one, right? Mahomes is going to be throwing the ball everywhere. So Kansas City money line. And on this, so Kenny, did you say Detroit outright?
Yep.
You said Detroit money line? Okay. All right. So I misinterpreted that. I thought you said Kansas City money line. All right. So no BCMG guarantee to start off the show. That's a rare one right there. Usually we go straight BCMG guarantee to start off, ruin Steve's money.
Let's be honest, though. It's probably better that we don't guarantee one Thursday night and then suddenly the Lions win and then we're like, oh, shit. Because then your whole ticket's ruined for the whole Sunday.
We do a Friday show to revamp it up.
Start it on Sunday and then we can watch the ticket lose Sunday.
That's it. That's the right call right there. So 4 Kansas Cities and 1 Detroit. It's going to be a really fun game. I think Mama Bear and family are all Detroit Lions fans, so they're excited to start this off. So good luck to y'all. Our noon game on Sunday, the primetime noon game, is Atlanta versus Carolina. I liked this game. The introduction of Bryce Young and the Atlanta Falcons, who lost 9 out of 10 games that were within 3 points. So let's talk about this NFC South matchup. Champ, you're going to go first here. Who do you have?
Mr. Young, make your statement. This is it. Everybody has considered you a bust already, and you haven't played a game. You're too small. No hands. Kenny Pickett 2.0. Prove to the NFL that you can beat a beatable team right off the get-go. Give me Carolina to start off.
Wow. Carolina with the upset pick already. I don't know if I said it, but Atlanta's 3.5-point favorites at home. Borak, who do you have in this game?
I have Carolina as well. I think that Carolina's defense is going to give Desmond Ridder problems. Last year, Desmond Ridder was 33rd QBR on the blitz, and Panthers are just going to come after him in the entire game. And I'm not sold that Ritter can get the ball out to all his phenomenal targets. I know they got Bijan. I know they got Pitts. I know they got London. I still am not sold that Ritter can get him the ball. Give me Carolina.
2 Carolina picks, and we're cooking with grease right now. Kenny.
I'm taking Atlanta to win and cover. I think that they're winning this division this year. I think that Ritter's going to be just fine in this game. Carolina had a pretty average run defense last year. I think we're going to see Bijan. We're going to see Algier. We're going to see Patterson get involved. Maybe Kyle Pitts finally does something in year 3. That would be fun for everyone that's drafted him in fantasy the last couple of years. Overall, I think that it's just a very tough spot to go in. Your very first NFL game is in Atlanta. They split last year. They each won at home. I think it's going to be the case this year as well. So give me Atlanta -3.5.
There we go. We got a split pick there, 1 and 2. As we go to Londo. Londo, who do you have in this game?
Yeah, I'm going to take Atlanta, and I think they're going to cover. So
Londo going with Atlanta already. And if you don't know if you can trust Londo, trust me, he's the only one that picked Duke in the world to win last weekend, and they did. So ride that wave. Okay, so I'm taking Atlanta to win and cover in this game for most reasons like Kenny, but Cordero Patterson is kind of holding out. I'm not sure what the situation is there. He's got an injury, and they may be looking to move him somewhere. But Algier and Bijan Robinson
Bijan gets 4 carries. That sucks.
Yeah, really. So we'll see what that workhorse turns into. But I'm excited for Atlanta. I am also a believer of them being division champions. I think this is their division to lose, not the Saints. That's a whole nother topic and segment. For this game and purpose, I think Atlanta's the better overall team. I'm taking them to win this game. I think they have the more consistency factor for this game too, with a rookie quarterback on the other side. All right, that takes us to America's Game of the Week, which is a fun one. So let me hear a hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Nope. All right, so
no hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell
Give me a hell yeah.
Well, yep, better late than never. Chicago versus Green Bay. Chicago 1-point favorites at home against Green Bay. Again, another clear day. I'll start this one off and then go to Londo next. But Chicago, obviously my division winner for the NFC North. I'm a big believer in Chicago this year. I like what they did in the offseason. I think Fields makes that next step like you saw Lamar Jackson do, like you've seen Jalen Hurts do. I'm going to say that's the next big quarterback to make that leap is Justin Fields this year. Love what they did in the preseason. You got to see some of those screenplays. Yards after the catch are going to be big for Chicago. Will their offensive line be able to hold up this season? That's the big question. Will their defensive line be able to stay healthy? Another big question. And the trenches is usually where you win football games. They're healthy right now, so I'm going to take them to win at home against Green Bay. Give me Chicago to win and cover at that 1 point. Londo, who do you got?
Oh, you already know, man. Chicago. The Bears.
Londo named his fantasy football team the Bears for the longest time for absolutely no reason. So we're going to just leave it at that. But Londo thinks Moore will be the 4th best wide receiver in fantasy this year, so he has to go Chicago. Kenny.
Favre owned Chicago, and so did Aaron Rodgers. But I think Jordan Love stinks, and he's going to prove it in this game. I would take the under in this game as well. It's only 43.5, but I think it's going to be absolutely gross, like 24-13. Like, I just don't think it's going to be a good game, but Chicago's going to win and cover.
We got 3 Chicago picks, and we're rolling over to Borak on this one. Borak, who do you have?
Chi-Town.
Wow, I got 4 Chicago. I didn't think we could get any. So we got 4 Chicago takes.
And I don't feel great about it, but I'm going to go with Chicago at home. I do not like this game at all.
-1 just sucks.
It's not going to be on the guarantee.
You know,
that right
now.
1.5. Yeah, it's not even 1.5. It's just 1.
I think it's going to be like 20-21.
Andrew, who do you have in this game?
Rolling with Green Bay. I think they have a better running game. They have a better O-line. I think that Jordan Love has looked very good in training camp. Everybody's been shitting on him for the way he performed last year. Come on, he's a kid. learning the game, especially with all the Aaron Rodgers commotion. Now that bullshit's over, he can focus and be a quarterback number one that he's going to be. And I think that Green Bay pulls off this win. Chicago's garbage. Both these teams suck. Like this, like you said, -1 might be the worst spread of all time. But I'm going to roll with Green Bay.
I actually saw -0.5 somewhere. I'm just kidding.
Oh my God.
But so there's no guarantee so far, which is probably a good thing because these games have really kind of been 50-50. But I do like this matchup early on. Like I'm very excited that they're putting a lot of these interdivision matchups right in the beginning to get this kind of. It's going to be huge implications on this game.
Too, that they're prime timing, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I completely agree. Well, this is the real game of the week, and it's Sunday Night Football. The New York Giants play against the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas 3-point favorites on the road. Dak Prescott never lost to the Giants in his career. Andrew, start us off.
And that continues. Dallas wins, covers.
Keep it real simple. Londo gives us his take. Two Dallas picks right off the back to win and cover. Borat, give us your analysis.
Man, it pains me to say it, but I have Dallas winning and covering.
Love it.
Wow.
Oh, it's disgusting. Yeah.
We know you don't mean that, Chris.
Yeah, I really do mean it.
Wow. Kenny.
Giants win and cover at home to open up the season. And then everyone in Dallas really panics over one single game. Man, I just think that this is a very well-coached Giants football team. I think that they're going to win opening night.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Dallas Cowboys win and cover.
Speaking of acts like Mike McCarthy calling plays is something that we're super confident in for week one.
I mean, Dakota
Absolutely not.
Can you name a defensive back on the New York Giants have?
I could be completely wrong, but I think that Daboll is a better head coach. I think they're going to come in with a better game plan at home. I don't have faith that Mike McCarthy at the end of the game is going to call the right plays that are necessary. I see us having like a 4th and 2 that he bungles. We lose the game by 3 points. It's just the reality. I've been a Dallas fan my whole life. I know how this ends the majority of the time.
I'll tell you what. Dallas Cowboys match up well with New York. I think they're the better football team. I think they win the line. I think they win the skill position battle. And I could even make an argument they win special teams. I think Aubrey's a great kicker. So I'm gonna ride Dallas to win this game. I don't think they're gonna beat them like by 20 points or anything. Like the Giants are a playoff team. So it's a great game. But I think Dallas wins this game, and I think Dak continues his dominance. I don't think we're worried about it.
Dak's dominance.
I mean, he has not lost to New York. That's dominance. He hasn't lost to New York.
I mean, I'll give you that. But like when you frame it as just Dak's dominance in general, I'm just not a big believer in the term Dak's dominance.
I mean, what else is dominating?
I don't know.
What else could possibly be dominating? Being undefeated, where you have to play them twice a year.
Dak's dominating the Giants, sure, but I'm not going to say Dak's dominance like he's been some incredible TV the last
That's exactly what he said.
I said Dak's dominance on the Giants. I'm not going to go against that. I'm gonna ride red.
You left out on the Giants.
Oh,
you definitely left out on the Giants. You said I'm going to ride with Dak's dominance.
If I really want to defend that point, and we're just talking regular season, I'd still be able to make a point. But we'll drop it.
All right, let's go Sunday night.
Jets Buffalo is the Monday Night Football game. The game everybody will be watching to see if Aaron Rodgers and team are for real. Buffalo 2.5-point favorites on the road though, and Steve, the general manager, wanted to make sure that everybody knew the Jets are a huge fraud, and that you're going to see Buffalo just demolish them Monday night, and he wanted that to be known. So I'm making sure he gets his word in. Champ, start us off on the last primetime pick.
I'm the goddamn opposite. I think if Aaron Rodgers wants to make a statement, this has to be the game. It's game one. You have made everybody tune in, really, honestly, to the NFL offseason. You set the entire fucking tone for what was going to happen with your blackout media trips and your weird ass tunnel visions and vision quests and all this other stuff. And it looks like no offense, it looks like he's having a ton of fun already with that team. He's the guy who's got to be a leader, and it looks like Sauce Gardner's totally bought into Aaron Rodgers. It looks like the offense is completely bought in. They got Breece Hall back. They've got Dalvin Cook back there. This is a make-it statement game. I like the Jets in this.
All right, Jets are the first pick here on ITL's Pick 'em. Coach Peanut came in there. I kind of showed his captain of the BCMG stream team, but also you can catch his show regularly every week. And Coach Peanut says, I agree with Steve. He thinks Buffalo's going to ride out and demolish the Jets. That's a strong take from an AFC lover. We're going to talk Browns in just a minute, Coach Peanut. Londo, who do you have in this game?
No, I agree with Andrew there. I'm going to take the Jets, and
All right, Londo taking Jets money line. We have two agreeable picks here. Kenny, who do you have?
We've got a Browns fan and a Patriots fan talking about frauds in the AFC. That's goddamn hilarious. Buffalo wins and covers, but I think it's like 27-24. If this line was even at 3, I would not feel confident in it. I do think it's going to be a tight game. I think Rodgers is going to play well, but I think it's very tough to win on the road in a divisional game against a very established team in the AFC. I think they'll show us that they're a team that's very good in the AFC. I just don't think that they win.
Yeah, you need some ointment for that burn, Coach Peanut. Just stick around. You'll ever get your vengeance.
Fraud. Over under win totals at 7.5. Frauds.
A fraud. A big fraud.
Borak, who you got?
I got Bills Mafia win and cover. I'm not fooled by Hard Knocks, but I am worried about the Bills defense a little bit. They have not looked good.
They're bad.
But I do not believe the Jets are going to be able to take them out at Buffalo.
No Von Miller, that's huge.
I just don't see it. Give me Josh Allen at home.
I have Buffalo as well. Nothing circles or wagons like, and I have them to win and cover. I agree a little bit with Steve, not completely dominance like a 40-3 game, but I agree that it's going to be Josh Allen's game in the first half, and he's just going to be slinging the ball left and right, and the defense makes some stops, and Rodgers and company can't come back from being far down behind. Big about Buffalo this year. I think this is their year too. It's going to be interesting.
If you're a Stephon Diggs drafter, like this isn't the game for you because I think he's going to be relatively quiet. It's going to be a Gabe Davis, Dalton Kincaid involved, Dawson Knox involved. This is going to be everyone else not named Stephon Diggs on Monday.
Yeah, get the James Cook screen touchdown. This is the game.
Don't put Diggs TD in your same game parlay. Just don't do it.
Don't do it.
If he does it, awesome. But I think that could be one of like 3 catches.
Yeah, him and Devin Singletary, right? Because neither of them are going to catch a touchdown this game because Devin Singletary doesn't even play for that team.
True.
That's the joke. I wanted to make sure you guys knew I knew the joke before I said it because I saw your faces. Okay.
I was about to say.
That was the joke. Okay, so that ends our primetime pick 'em. Jets, unfortunately, for most of us, is starting 0-2 for the year because we already know who we're picking for next week. But we're going to go to fire round picks right after you check out BCMG's old slogan. So this year we're level up. Last year we were better together. But if you want to be a part of BCMG, you have show ideas or you want to do your own show and you just need help kind of getting started. That's what BCMG is here to do. If you're a content creator or you're a streamer, you want to see what it is to partner up with a great company, you can also message any one of us that are on here on screen or myself personally at Into the Lab on any social platform. And we're definitely here for you as well. So check out what BCMG is about with our slogan from last year. And we will be right back with fire round picks. One of our favorite segments to just kind of speed through all of those picks for the rest of the week. All right, let's roll it.
Happy Thursday, y'all. Happy Thursday.
I'm your host, Andrew Kahn. This is the Boomtown Pod.
At Into the Lab Pod is where you're watching today's stream.
Stuck him!
It is Blue Collar Game Day. I am your host.
I got a kill! Yes!
Welcome to episode 277 of the Official Butthole Podcast. Got him.
Beautiful.
Better together.
Better together.
We're better together.
Better together.
Better together.
All right. We are back. BCMG's better together. Turn into hashtag level up. And hashtag what?
Where are some of them now?
Yeah, that's true. Where are they now? That'll be a news segment
It
in the
doesn't hurt
future.
my feelings at all that I've been with BCMG for years and Butthole still makes the video and I'm still not in it. Not at all. Not at all. Like, it's completely fine. Not worried at all. I don't put out the most episodes or anything. Like, it's fine.
I think that's all love, though, Kenny.
And
That's
he's
all
getting
love.
passed over like Dion.
Just pointing out that someone hasn't made a tweet since 2021 and it's not me.
We got to keep that bit rolling. keep them on the videos and not Kenny.
Just or we have like Kenny's face at the end.
Yeah, just doing this.
Oh, it's revenge season, boys. Like, I'm winning pick 'em.
There you go. Kenny's calling us out.
You win pick 'em, Kenny, and then we'll make a video for you.
You won it twice. And
Still haven't made a video, so I don't believe you.
That's the perfect transition. All right, ITL's fire round pick. Here we go. We are starting off in Baltimore. Baltimore 10-point favorites against the Houston Texans. Gonna be some light rain, guys. I don't think it's gonna change much. Are we guaranteeing this?
I'm not taking them to cover though.
No, not the cover, just Baltimore.
Just money line.
10 points is a lot. Could we agree on -3.5?
Yes.
Oh, I'm taking Houston to cover.
Do you think Houston wins?
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, yeah,
Baltimore.
but that would be Houston +10. So, like, what can we agree on? Because we
been
have
cool with it.
Baltimore money line in the ticket. That's like -500.
Can't wait to see OBJ get 10 yards.
So, what are we comfortable with, guys? We got a number here.
I'm good with 3. I'm good with 3.5. I would even go 4.5.
I'm good with 5.5. And I'm a Houston.
Oh,
wow.
Spicy. I like that.
Let's do 5.5.
5.5. Did we have any guarantees in the first segment?
No.
Okay, it makes it a lot easier for me when I start going through. I'll keep track.
I just don't see Houston scoring enough points to keep up with the Ravens.
All right, so we are going to do Baltimore -5.5, our first BCMG guarantee here on ITL. Let's roll it. All right, BCMG guarantee. We're all about it. If you're listening on the radio, that means that we have our first pick. We do one parlay a week. We hedge some money on it. Shout out to Kenny. And we move on. All right, so we move on. Pittsburgh versus San Francisco. I don't know if this is going to be a BCMG guarantee for us, but Champ, you start us off.
I'm torn. I'm freaking torn. Give me Pitt. I know that seems like the questionable take in this, but I think they're just a little bit, I don't know, a little bit healthier and a little bit better. Like the Bosa thing is a big question mark here. So give me Pitt right now.
Pittsburgh is the first pick. Kenny.
I am going to take San Fran reluctantly. Because I don't love it.
Tough.
Borak.
I am going Steelers. Same reason. Bosa, not going to play. And Purdy is scaring the living daylights out of me. I'm not excited about Purdy right now. He just doesn't look right.
Londo.
Give me Steelers.
I am taking San Francisco in this game. I think I tend to be conspiracy theorist on some of these, and every media outlet's taking Pittsburgh. So
there's too much money on Pittsburgh and their plus money.
Too much smoke for me to think that this is like the game everybody's going for the upset. Now it's logically right. Don't trust Purdy, and the defense is better when Bosa's not playing in Pittsburgh, and it's in Pittsburgh. So you would think there's a lot against San Francisco just with all that. I think Luke would tell you, though, Heinz Field hasn't been Heinz Field, and it's not Heinz Field unless it's called Heinz Field. So he would be upset about that. And Dan and Isaac comes in Pitt by 20. So
wow.
Not for me.
Okay.
But I'm going to take I think San Fran has more talent and I think that's a deeper roster. So give me
Something to
San
make
Francisco.
note of right now is that Pittsburgh is taking 60% of the bets from people. And that's worrisome when you're plus 2.5.
I mean, I loved what I saw Pickett and Pickens in preseason. They look real good. So
I like Pittsburgh long term. I think that everyone's forgetting how good, even without Bosa, how good San Fran is. Even with Purdy and QB, he was winning games.
I'm excited for it. Now even a fire burns slow, so we're going to speed this up. Cleveland versus Cincy is the next game. Champ, you start us off again. Who do you have in this game?
Is Burrow cleared? Like I haven't heard anything.
Burrow's still questionable, but he's saying he's playing.
Oh man, this is tough. Oh, so many goddamn health factors. I'm gonna roll with Cleveland. I might think that Dog Pound takes this game 1. Deshaun Watson with a full camp, a full season with these guys. They got to set the tone quick. Nick Chubb's got to be huge. That Cincy D is not great. So I'm gonna go with Cleveland game 1. Just because again, I don't know Burrow factor. That's the only reason.
All right, Andrew's going Cleveland. Pick 1. Londo.
I'm gonna take Cincinnati money line.
Right, no BCMG guarantee on this one. Londo goes Cincy. Borak.
I'm going Cincy. I do not trust Deshaun Watson whatsoever.
There we go. 2-1 Cincy leading, going to Kenny.
70% of the money is on Cleveland right now. Give me Cincinnati.
That's I guess Kenny's strategy this year. He's going against the money there. Okay, so Coach Peanuts chiming in. Browns have one week 1 win in the past 25 years. I repeat, 1, but he's still taking Browns 27-24
Let's rock,
in
Peanut.
this
Let's
game. And he
What
also
a
states
shocker of the week.
twist, very twisty. The whole sentence speaks against the Browns, but he takes the Browns to win.
Next thing you're going to tell me that Steve's taking New England money line.
We haven't even gotten there. Burrow is 1-4 against the Browns all time. So for what it's worth. And we all know Myles Garrett targets white quarterbacks. So at this point, I'm taking Cleveland and taking Cleveland to win this game. I don't think they demolish Burrow play or not, but I do think that they control the game for most of it. I think this is a statement game for, unfortunately, Watson and the Browns. Okay, let's go on to Minnesota. Minnesota versus Tampa Bay. I'm thinking this is a BCMG guarantee, but somebody tell me I'm wrong. All right, Kirk Cousins.
Tampa Bay.
Wait, say it again. Can you cut out?
I'm taking Tampa Bay. I think it's the upset of the week. Every year, week 1 of the NFL season, there is an absolute shocker. You have 75% of the people picking Minnesota. They feel like it's automatic. You're missing Thielen. You don't have Dalvin in that offense. You have one of the worst defenses in the NFL. I actually think it's the worst defense in the NFL in Minnesota. I think that even Baker can have a good game here with the weapons that they have. So I'm going to take them for the upset, Tampa Bay money line.
All right, so not a BCMG guarantee. We're going to hear this out. Borak, do you have Tampa Bay?
Absolutely not. I got the Vikings.
All right. Yeah, I have Vikings as well. I think Londo likes Kirk Cousins, so he's not even at the microphone. He's just
I love Penny's passionate analysis, though, but come on.
I will tell you, Dan says Tampa by 14.
Every year.
You got somebody with you,
Always
Kenny.
week 1. We count out a team entirely, and I just think that Tampa Bay is that team. That's
Come
still
on,
a
Dan.
roster outside of Baker.
Champ, Minnesota.
Remember when Baker Mayfield signed with the St. Louis Rams or the LA Rams and won his first game?
Yep.
Everybody was like, what the hell just happened? That's exactly what's going to happen in this game. Minnesota's defense is trashola. Rachaad White is going to have a game. And if you have him in fantasy, start. If you have Mike Evans or Chris Godwin, start. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers will win this game. I agree 1,000% with Kenny.
I'm
Wow.
right now.
And guess what? Then they're going to get steamrolled for the next month.
Wow. Okay. So I'm taking Minnesota. I don't think this game's going to be close. I think this game's going to be actually pretty one-sided. But hey, I like the takes. Well, that's what we live off of here. So we'll run with those takes, and we'll move on to
be
probably
on your
the
driving TikTok account if we end up predicting it correctly.
Fair enough.
That works. That works. I still got to get you that clip from last week or 2 weeks ago.
We'll explain off the air what was said a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, yeah. This takes us to ITL's snoozer. Washington versus Arizona in a game that will probably be over by the beginning of the third quarter, and we're seeing backups against backups against backups, and head coaches passing the headsets to third-string quarterbacks. Sam Howell and the Washington Commanders against the Arizona Cardinals. Are we BCMG guaranteeing this one? Washington favored by 7. I know it's just money line. And are we good with the 7 too?
No, the over-under line is 38.5. Preseason games are 38.5. That's how bad these teams are. I'm not taking any spread here.
All right. Are we good with 2.5?
Just no spread.
No
spread. We're just putting Washington money line. All right. That means people, we have a BCMG guarantee number 2 on the season, number 2 of the week. Put those fingers in the air and wave them like you just don't care. BCMG guarantee in the house. All right. Washington, Sam Howell, probably big day. Jahan Dotson, probably big day. Terry McLaurin may not play. If you have fantasy players, those are the ones you should play for this game, if that's your thing. That takes us to an AFC South matchup that would have been intriguing before JT, but here we are, Indianapolis versus Jacksonville in Indy to start off the season. I'm going to ask it here. Are we all Jacksonville on this, or does somebody want to make a case for Indy at home?
No, start against this team.
Hell no.
All right. Jacksonville's 5-point favorites.
Do you like 2.5 because it's a division game?
Yeah.
And I think that it could be a field goal still, just because they play each other tight.
Love 2.5.
All right, Jacksonville 2.5. Are we all on board?
I love 5.
You love.
I can't get to 5. Not this team for some reason. The Colts are so strange.
They're bizarre, man.
Colts are so bad.
I know. They're so bad, but then it's a division game at home where I can just see it being like Jacksonville's to kick a field goal to win, and then we're like, oh my God, are the Jags any good?
Oh, no.
If you're following along so far, the BCMG guarantee, Baltimore -5.5, Washington money line, Jacksonville -2.5. And here we go into our another division. No, it's not a division matchup. Saints versus Titans in a game that's going to be very intriguing to most who have Derrick Henry and those who have Jamal Williams. Let's start this off with you, champ. Who do you got?
It's a this game talks to me. I think the Saints probably pull it off. I just think Derek Carr will do what he did with Devontae Adams, but with Michael Thomas and Olave this time around, and just huck the ball, and those two guys are good enough. It sounds like Michael Thomas is super healthy and super rejuvenated, so I think they pull it off, man. I really do.
All right, so Saints gets the first bid there. Kenny?
I would take New Orleans, but not the points.
Not points, just the money line.
It's only -2
right.
anyways, so it's not that big.
That makes it no on my screen, but that's 2 New Orleans picks. Londo?
I'm going to take Tennessee this one.
All right, Londo switching it up, taking Tennessee
Londo,
to win this game.
Do you want us to have a parlay ticket at all?
What's that?
Do you want us to have a parlay ticket at all, Londo, or what's the
Hell
deal?
no. Londo's saving money.
We're going to have a 3-team +100 ticket at this rate.
Hey, that's a guaranteed win right there. Borak.
I actually have Tennessee also.
There we go.
I've got it from a Saints insider that do not bet on the Saints this week. Derek Carr is going to Derek Carr.
Yikes.
What's Ryan Tannehill going to do?
Yeah, what the fuck is Ryan Tannehill do? What?
Oh, I got a counter.
Ryan Tannehill is not going to do anything.
He's dog shit.
Derrick Henry's going to run the ball for about 300 yards.
I've got Tennessee money line in this game as well, so I'm rolling Tennessee Titans.
Golly.
Nice.
Golly.
I almost want to overwrite this pick and put it on the parlay. I'm not going to. So 3 Tennessee Titans, 2 New Orleans Saints. Kenny, where's the betting favorite on this game?
I didn't look. I'll come back to me. I'll pull it up.
All right. Kenny's going to look that up. Let's move on to a fun game. This is one probably most people will watch if you have the NFL ticket. Chargers, Dolphins. This is going to be a really fun game. Chargers 3-point favorites at home. It's obviously in a dome stadium. It's going to be a lot of gunslinging. And Kellen Moore makes his debut with the Chargers. I'll start this one off. I like the Chargers in this game. I like the Chargers to win it. I don't necessarily like the spread of 3 points if you're trying to put this into a parlay. But for us on this show, Chargers money line is a safe bet for me. I think they make a statement. Kellen Moore gets his statement game. They might win a shootout 38-35. Chargers at home. Champ.
Miami.
All right, Andrew.
For the exact reason that you just stated, I cannot trust Kellen Moore. So give me Miami.
All right, Miami is his pick. Borak.
I also believe this is going to be a track meet. That's why I'm taking Miami on the turf. Better
All right,
weapons.
Miami is. Go ahead, Borak. Go ahead.
No, just going to say better weapons, better skill receivers. Give me Miami.
All right. Coach Peanut says Miami by 7 as well. Kenny.
So just to go back, Tennessee 59% on +3 for Tennessee and 58% on Tennessee money line. So people are leaning Tennessee in that game. This is where the Justin Herbert MVP season begins. Give me Chargers to win this game.
Perfect. Kenny's on the same place with me. Londo.
Yeah, give me the Chargers. Money line.
There we go. 3 Chargers picks, 2 Dolphins picks, and this show has been very split today on what these teams did in the
We're gonna
offseason.
have somebody that's gonna roll in with a 4-12 record and somebody that's 12-4, and who knows who the hell that's gonna be.
Or we're all gonna be 8-8. It's gonna be something like that.
Some people might be out of it week 1.
Because there have been picks where it's Londo and I. It's been picks where it's Andrew and I. It's been picks.
Everybody's going to be 500.
Loses all of them. Yeah, somebody's gonna lose all of them. All right, let's go to I think this is the game of the week for the Boston area. New England versus Philadelphia in Foxborough. I see fingers waving. I don't think we have 3 fingers waving. Kenny's squinting over there.
Kenny, don't do it.
The Boston area, that's every Patriots game. What are we talking about?
I think we put this in the parlay.
I only like Philly money line.
I do like Philly money line as well.
Is it still at 4?
Yeah,
It's at 4
in that 4 number, even getting it to like 2.5, I just Belichick, man. I don't know. Feels weird. I think that New England stink. Like, to clarify, I don't think that they're a great team, but I think a week 1 like this is one where they'll keep it close.
It could be. This is Philly by 3 scores. It could be 3 field goals. I don't know what exactly scores are for him. So it could be 9 points right there.
3 home runs.
I'm going to start
It could be a couple safeties in there too.
3 goals.
65% of bets on Philly spread and 70% on Philly money line. I like the money line. I don't like the spread.
I like money
I
line.
do like the. I think we all do here, which means put those fingers in the air and wave them like you just don't care if you're in traffic or at home and you're listening. Put them in there. BCMG guarantee. All right, we have 2 games left, and we appreciate y'all being on tonight's episode, listening to tonight's episode, all y'all commitment to us. Coach Peanut does say poor Steve. I get it, man, but he did choose New England money line off camera, off record. So he is absolutely going to be going Patriots. I mean, we would if we were Cowboys, right? We'd be going Cowboys. So all right.
After teams, some people bet the Giants money line.
It's very true. Denver versus Las Vegas, in which Josh Jacobs will be playing, and we'll see possibly new Russell Wilson. But it'll be in Denver. Very tough place to play. They have a fantastic defense. Champ, start us off. We got. Oh, I should mention it will be thunderstorming during this game.
Unpopular opinion. I think that they're going to have a way better year, obviously, with a brand new head coach. I have no faith in the Raiders. They're so fucked too. Garoppolo's a million years old. Russell Wilson gets the win, and Sean Payton gets the win in his coaching debut because that's just how coaching debuts happen.
All right, Denver gets the first nod here on ITL. Kenny.
Give me Denver money line here. I do think that they win pretty convincingly at Mile High.
2 Denver money lines, and I'm going to make it 3. So 3 Denver money lines. Sean Payton's debut. Give me the run game. Give me the defense stouter in Denver. I'll take that. Correct.
I felt dirty taking Denver, but give me Denver.
Oh, no.
I don't want any part of this game, but if I have to pick, I'm taking Denver.
Also, if it's raining, there's no point in taking a spread. It's got to be straight up money line because you get into like a slush fest and then suddenly it's 17-14. You'll be kicking yourself. So I think it would just have to be money line.
If you are trying to think about Denver -4 in this game, this will end up being you next
As you
week.
can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're going to find out.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
That's the absolute truth. You had a good parlay going, and you fucked around with Denver, and now you're going to find out what.
For the
Lonzo,
record,
right?
if you're betting on this, put your ticket away.
What? They will be betting on this because Londo's going to wrap this one up. Londo, we got
Denver, man. Let's wrap
added to
this
the
up.
parlay.
Wow.
Hey, boys, we found the game that sinks the parlay.
Yeah. Can I do my pick back?
No, I mean, Denver money line, we can all agree on that. That's not a crazy game. That's not a crazy gamble.
No, I think they're going to cover.
No, Londo, we're not adding
Whoa,
money.
whoa, slow down, Londo.
It is
Dictator
money
Londo.
line or call the 1-800-GAMBLER line.
Yeah, no, money line.
Put Londo's number at the bottom of the screen. All right, so we go to our final game of the week. This is a game that Kenny's talked about quite a bit already, but let's talk about it. Seattle versus Los Angeles. Again, Seattle, my division favorites over the Niners this year. So, Champ, your final time leading for this week, and congratulations again on your win last season. Who do you have in this game and why?
Yeah, Seattle at home, man. It's
12th man at home.
They're so good, man. Last year they made so much progress. I think that they have they should have another great year. Gino really seems to buy into Pete Carroll. And the Rams, I agree with Kenny. Like, how healthy is Matt Stafford with a shitty neck at 35? And then you hear his wife talk about how he can't relate to anybody in the locker room. And I'm like, that's some serious disconnect right off the get-go. Plus no Cooper Kupp. Plus now you're going to rely on Van Jefferson in a very terrible defense, or a very good defense in Seattle. Sorry. Yeah, I'm going Seahawks here. They should win, and whatever the line is, cover it.
All right, Seahawks are the pick to start us off here. Borak.
Seahawks, not much to add. Agree with everything.
Seahawks are the pick there. It is going to be raining, so if that changes anything, you can let me know.
Yeah,
I would take them at 10 if it's raining.
Londo.
Seahawks.
There we go. We have a rising meter here. Kenny.
Seahawks -3.
I like that. -3.
I would take straight up -3 because I think at worst they push, which doesn't kill the ticket, but you get value in there.
Coach Peanut wanted to add Seattle Rams are a mess. Cooper won't play. Kenny has pitched Seattle -3, thinking that this is a guarantee.
+9.
That I do have to say, I may not be agreeing with you guys.
What?
There is no way. I'm absolutely going Seattle. I just wanted to scare people a little bit. Yeah, Seattle money line. I'd probably take Seattle -5.5. I think it's gonna be a blowout. I don't think it's gonna be close. So Seattle -3 will be added to the BCMG guarantee parlay. And if you're following along, we're gonna give you those odds. Kenny has been keeping track of it. He's gonna give us what those odds are at the end of tonight's show. Let's go over it. The BCMG guarantee parlay for week number 1 in the 2023 NFL season. Baltimore -5.5. Washington money line, Jacksonville -2.5, Philly money line, Denver money line, and Seattle -3.5. And then the ITL host override pick is Dallas money line in the Meadowlands, but you do not have to put that in your parlay. That's just my own little wild card lotto pick there for you to add a little flavor. All right, Kenny, what are the odds?
+900.
Ooh.
+900. That's not terrible. That's not terrible.
Okay.
We're gonna ride some money on that.
And as we sit here right now, I've just placed $25 on the ITL parlay of the week.
Wow. We are going to double that, and we'll be placing 50 ourselves. We're going to start off the season with some money and ride that money into the season. Guys, it was very much a pleasure and appreciate the conversation as always. Let's start off champ first, as always. Andrew Consutton, tell people where they can find you and what's been going on.
Yeah, sorry guys. It's been a great playoff here, but yeah, you can find us at the Boomtown Pod. Your host, your home for all things combat sports. I will actually be doing a podcast Thursday. Been off the radar for about a month here. I've just been so busy with baseball and DJing weddings, and it's just been nuts. But UFC 293 goes down this weekend, and we got a good title fight. Israel Adesanya taking on Sean Strickland. The Battle of Trash Talk tomorrow at the press conference is going to be fire. So I cannot wait to dive into that with you guys. And just, I just want to give a shout out to our host, Cole Smith, who ended up having his baby, Royce, who's doing really, really good. So yeah, there's been a lot of stuff going on in our camp, but we are back Thursday. We'll see you at 7:30 p.m. Cannot wait to talk a little combat sports with y'all.
Super exciting stuff. Andrew, welcome back to the fray. We'll definitely be watching here from San Antonio. Fun thing though, you'll be on ITL in a few weeks. We'll be interviewing a boxer that's coming up, one of the opening fights for the Canelo fight, I believe. So he just reached out to us and said he wanted to come on and reach out to a Texas market. So we're excited to have him. You'll be doing that interview with me, and that's gonna be a lot of fun. We'll chat afterwards. Chris Borak, tell people where they can find you.
You can find me on Twitter or X at ClutchCity52, at PlusWalker on all other platforms. And shout out to you, Ernest, and the Blue Collar Media Group for sponsoring the fantasy football drafts this last weekend and the weekend before. Had a lot of fun. And yeah, catch me on ITL.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That was tons of fun. And we always love sponsoring those leagues. So anytime, every year. Breaking news though, before I go to Kenny, since it's his team, Christian Wood signs a 2-year deal with the Lakers. So congrats to you. It's good backup for you. Next week, but we're gonna go fire round pick. Where's that coming from? Anyway, there's a feedback. Maybe Christian Wood is listening to the show. Kenny, where can people find you?
You can follow me at HedgePod, episode out tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Eastern time. Give you a couple of betting plays for Wednesday and Thursday, including a Thursday night football bet as well as give you NFL future bets for the season. A couple spoilers. This is why you listen to ITL. Tyreek Hill, Offensive Player of the Year at plus 2,000. Chargers over 9.5 wins. And Alexander Madison over 6.5 rushing touchdowns were all some of the plays. There's probably a half dozen more on that show, including from my guest Walker Bailey 818 on Twitter. You should go follow him. He gave out a ton of great picks as well. Just really excited for the betting season to be back. Baseball was super depressing. I haven't watched the FIBA World Cup game. Who gives a crap about tennis? It's NFL and college football time.
I can't confirm. I put $40.
I'm not going to go that far. I watched tennis the entire time.
You have it on right now.
I have it on. I've been watching the USA battle so far. Winning? They split the first 2 sets, and he's up a break in the third.
Yeah.
Okay, that's huge. I bet on him today. I'm a DJ.
There's if you're not watching it, I'm sorry for people listening, and you want to just get off the freaking app. I get it, but there's a bunch of antics. Like they took the long bathroom break. They're doing the racket switches on even number games. Like they're going back, like typical American children going back and forth.
Underhanded Americans, typical.
It is typical. Like this is absolutely something I would have done in high school and college. Like I'm watching, I'm just like, oh man, I have flashbacks as I'm watching them play. So it's phenomenal.
That's awesome.
Londa, thank you so much for being here tonight, man.
Yeah,
appreciate you.
Heck yeah,
and appreciate your help with the technical difficulties.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah,
that's why I'm here.
Sure. And all right, guys, I'm your host. Hopefully, your favorite host, Ernest Docky Silva on the Interlab podcast. We appreciate you guys being with us. Good luck this week. First week, let's get some wins. Put in some money on some guarantees you really feel good about. Then you can ride those game winnings and ride it for some riskier bets down the line. Have fun with it. Good luck in fantasy this week. And if you're doing that BCMG parlay plus 900, we'll post it as we post our episode tomorrow morning or Thursday morning, depending on the Kansas City news. We may do some updates. But good luck to y'all. We appreciate y'all. Thank you guys so much for being believers and supporters of the show. Have a great night.